We have another day of zero community transmission in New South Wales. However, our testing rates are not where we would like them to be. We had just over 16,000 people come forward to get tested in the last 24 hours. I do want to thank the community for the response to the most recent outbreaks. It's demonstrated that when we all work together, when we work and rely on the health advice, that we can actually keep the community safe, but also make sure that we're providing our citizens with as much opportunity to have a normal life as possible. I want to thank everybody for really respecting the restrictions, respecting the health advice we've provided, and it's allowed us to be in this position. Now, the government is very much in the space of considering health advice in relation to easing restrictions, and I want to make that clear. But we won't have the confidence to do that unless we have high rates of testing, because that will assure us that we have captured all previously undetected cases of the virus which may still be infectious in the community. So we really need that level of confidence by having high rates of testing to allow us to ease restrictions. But I do want to say to the community of New South Wales, in particular to Greater Sydney, that we are very much in the next few days considering what restrictions we can ease. But that will depend on obviously having low case numbers and also having higher rates of testing. So we are really pleading with the community, please come forward and get tested if you have the mildest of symptoms. That will allow us to have the confidence to bring in the easing of restrictions, and particular things we're looking at are obviously children under 12 being allowed in households, potentially looking at weddings and what we can do there. I know how stressful it is. We all know how stressful it is for people who are having those milestone events, and clearly what extent mask wearing becomes part of our response moving forward. So these are the type of issues we're looking at now, but we won't have the confidence to move forward and have those easing until we get those high rates of testing. But we are on the right path, and I do want to thank everybody in the state, especially in Greater Sydney, especially in the Northern Beaches. We're doing all the right things because it has made a real difference. And I want to especially thank the health contact tracers, our health experts, because their advice has been absolutely precise in allowing the government to move forward and getting the results we have to date. And I know that this time of year was extremely stressful for all of us in dealing with these issues, no less stressful for the government when we're considering about what we did over those milestone events of Christmas and New Year's. But to date, we know the response has been overwhelmingly positive from the community. We're deeply grateful, and please know that top of mind for us is making life easier for everybody, for being able to ease those restrictions where we can, and providing certainty to business, which is really important as well. The feedback we have obviously is that we want to provide as much certainty as possible. And as far as New South Wales is concerned, our position on borders remains as strong as possible. Our position on how we manage our outbreaks remains as strong as possible. We want to make sure health and safety always comes first, but of course mental health, well-being and keeping jobs and the economy moving forward are also really critical, and it's this balanced strategy that will continue. And again, I don't mind what criticism we get from others. We feel very strongly that New South Wales strategy to date has proven to be the best one for our citizens, and we will continue on that path. I'll now ask Dr. Chant to provide more details around the health situation, and of course then we'll take questions. Thank you.